Should be in there. Maybe give it like a minute or so, so maybe people get a notification or whatever.
Work.
Or I'll give it 30 seconds. I'll wait till it hits 30, and then we can do our thing. Got to get that theme music. That would be tough if we had an intro theme music going. Like right now, that would be fire. I got to figure out how to. I haven't had time to really figure out how to use this thing like to its maximum. But I guess that's enough time. We can rock with it, T. What are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another glorious podcast. The end of season 10. Let me introduce the first, the one, the only. Your left, my right. Your up, my down. You must call him champion because he has won so as such. The coach of Clemson, moving on to 27 for the University of Michigan. Frost, how you doing today, man?
Did we lose him? He's in the vortex. He
I
was,
don't know.
he was just here. That's crazy.
There is. Speaking of crazy, it's been a whirlwind season for this man. The commissioner been going through it. He's been, no pun intended, in his bag recently with the bot work and the Discord if you've been in there. Um, Finally got over the hump. Second national championship appearance, first national championship win. Congratulations, bag work to what is now a championship filled um, host on both ends. Bag, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here and be able to talk about some things. Of course, it always feels good to finally have a natty under your belt. So I guess I'm in the best mood possible. So hopefully, there's no bad energy for me today. I know guys always complaining about, me giving backhanded compliments. I've moved on from that. I'm in a
But why?
calm,
No,
peaceful
nobody asked you to.
I'm in a calm, peaceful place. I've achieved my goal and you know, we're here. How you feeling today, Terrell? How's everything going on your end?
Listen, man, blessed to be here. Glad I could make it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it yesterday, so glad we could get this figured out and be able to join y'all for the transition into 27, especially with what we got going on.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great year next year. I'm actually really excited. We put a lot into it. Some of it we've revealed, some of it we haven't, but it's gonna be big time. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely gonna be major, man. Let's see where are we starting at. I guess we could start off talking about the playoffs. What did you see in the playoffs, T? How do you feel about it as a whole? Anything stick out to you in particular?
Um, I'll see if we could go off memory because I don't think we got that anywhere.
Yeah,
First big game was Heavy and J Rock,
yeah. I think that was
if
the
I'm not
only. I'm
mistaken.
pretty sure that was the only like first round game.
Round one. Yeah.
Crazy
Um,
because the game was played at 4:30 a.m. Eastern time. Heavy.
oh, it was wonderful. I was looking forward to it. I hope the times wasn't missed because I was had already been 15, 20 minutes of my commute to work by then. So I was deeply invested if that game got played. And uh, Heavy D came out and played a heck of a game. Um, I think it showed. Got the team under his belt. Real consistent. Had a good running back. Kamara did his thing, that won the Heisman, and then J. Rock is cerebral as he claims to be. The the massive downfall that I wasn't expecting, and maybe I just should have been more dialed in, tuned in, taking more notes was the atrocious run defense. Um,
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely a flaw in his game. I feel like Because it's come before. You know, he
Yeah,
always talks about like it always seems like some running back has like 300 yards against him, and then he'll sit up here and say like this is the best running back of all time, and all these badges are. Don't get me wrong, the shifty badge is OP, especially with 99 speed, 99 change of direction. But he's always acting like post game in the Discord is always acting like this is the most unstoppable, best player in the league, all this and that. But I think the real common denominator is them playing against him.
yeah, it was. Because I think he just played in the conference championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. He played. He made the conference
Okay.
championship. I mean, he made it because I got a sim L um, during the conference season, which basically put him ahead of me. So
But yeah, going into that didn't look great, and then followed up with somebody that had a more dynamic running back. Just almost mind-boggling on how bad his run defense is versus the rest of his game. Um, and I can only account it to on defense. It looked like Ohio State from last year.
he had Ohio State last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, while we're on the point of run defense, how do you look at run defense in general? What are you trying to do there? And um, do you have any tips for people?
One, check your run fits. Um, base of coverage is cover four is usually a pretty just solid run defense. Then we're looking at alignment. Cover four will have the most people in run fits, then cover three, then cover two. Cover two, your mid read usually isn't in the run fits, so just be aware that that middle linebacker, even though you would assume that they are, they're usually not because your edge defenders are filled out by the cornerbacks that are supposed to contain. Believe it or not, cover three probably has the best alignment based short of changing your alignment.
Because they have the one high safety.
Correct. And the other safety is also in the run fits. So you could just crowd the box that way. But as far as run defense, I am not a big believer of man blitzing and run defense because a lot of times you make one person miss and it's a big play.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
definitely with you there. And I mean, I think you also can blitz dudes out of well, not think like you can kind of be blitzing a guy at an angle that isn't ideal for the run fit,
correct.
and just give yourself a big hole um, to have to try to like use her to cover.
Yeah. My thing is if you're running the ball, a lot of times I'm gonna be like, all right, you gotta show me you could actually run the ball. And if I know you're running the ball, then I'm going to be like, I'm willing to give up the pass for you not to be able to run it. So if I'm playing someone like Files, I know Files, especially if he has a shifty running back, if you don't stop the run, it's going to be a long day. So my main goal is stop the run and then show me that you can pass. I could live with him going 21 for 24 for 300 yards in the air if I held him to 50 yards on the ground. What I can't do is let him get 18 carries for a buck 90 and he just ran out the whole game because that
Yeah,
also limits your possessions.
for
So
sure.
just just got to kind of be aware of stuff like that, especially if that person has shown you I'm willing to run the ball, especially if they're willing to run the ball like on a third down. It's 3rd and 8, and Fryles comes out in an HB base out of gun box or spread or trips. Like, okay, that's a little different. And that's something you definitely got to be aware of and be willing to give something up. So
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Um, So I mean, moving on after that. So did we finish J Roth? I think he ended up losing that game to Heavy by maybe 2 or 3 scores. I'm pretty sure.
He did. I think it was like 40-20 something. So
Yeah.
I think Styles is back, if I'm not
Yeah, I'm back.
mistaken.
I'm back. I'm back.
What happened there, big dog?
I don't know. I heard y'all not talking. I thought we were waiting on something, but we good.
Um, so I mean, I guess easy thing to move on. Top of the bracket. The next game in the quarterfinal, first one was Clemson versus Oregon. I forget which bowl they were playing in, but I guess Raj, you might as well start off since you played in it. How'd you feel about that game?
Yeah, it was a good battle. Good battle. He ran a couple of things I hadn't seen him run before. He talked in the chat about him being boxed. A lot of that's just him kind of talking and being like, "Oh, I can't do anything against him." And then I already knew he was gonna have some different stuff when we played, so was expecting it. Um, First play of the game is my only slight excuse. I was putting the stream in the chat, and I went back to the game, and he's loose, like untouched. I was in like ended up being in like dime or something. Um, that I don't. I mean, I wouldn't have came out in there. But aside from that, good game, good back and forth. He he plays his style like super quick underneath. Not gonna take too many risks downfield unless it's like a blown coverage or somebody's just wide open. Uh, I think I had one turnover that was pretty much the game. I just didn't see his corner.
Yeah, I
Didn't see his
saw
corner
that
outside.
one. I was in and out of the game, but I didn't see the read, but I saw him. I knew the time and score because I think I was doing something at the same time, and I saw him run down the field
Yeah,
with this. I think it was a sixer.
it was. That was pretty much the game. I felt like I controlled most of the game. Really, I just didn't make the plays when I needed to. I thought his corner was in a hard flat, and he just was not. Just still right to him for a sixer. So
Mm.
it'll cost you. But we usually play pretty decent games. I mean, he's a solid user, so I'm not super upset about losing. Would have liked to go out with a bang, but is what it is. I think I had a good bounce back season. Um, but now Oregon's definitely tier one level player. Pretty good comp. Um, I like that he plays a style that not many people play. It's a little bit different.
What's different about his
I
style
saw
for
some.
you?
He's like a super quick passing wise. I think he makes really quick reads, gets the ball out quick and short. Um, you don't sit in the pocket a ton and like take sacks or do too much. I think you can bait him some, but for the most part, he has his read. He'll make it quick, get it out. Pretty good passing game, hard to stop. Um, Someone in the chat, I think it was probably J. Raw, said he was playing cheesy. I don't think that at all. Like he did use his quarterback for some QB runs, but he wasn't spamming it, and those can be stopped too. I mean, I don't think those are like last game when it's just automatic. You really can't do anything. But
Yeah, yeah, I
nice,
agree with you on
respect him.
that. Troy, you get to watch that game?
I did. I did. I thought it was a phenomenal game. It looked like Oregon came into that game prepared to try to counter what Fries was able to do to him previously. He is correct. Really quick reads, and his offensive style is a little bit different. A lot of pistol, a lot of under center, which is a completely different look if you're not ready, because that ball can is jumping off his hands because it's doesn't even have to finish a drop back. It could be a 7-step drop that he cuts off at 3 to hit an out route, and he could throw it immediately because he doesn't have to wait for the snap in shotgun, or versus when he's in pistol and stuff. And then the odd strong power runs that he gets off, it's you feel like he could get there in the backfield, then that pulling guard kind of scrapes by, and next thing you know, he's off to the edge for 10, 15 big yards, and just real consistent, not something your eyes essentially are used to.
Yeah,
And if
that's
you're not
true.
ready for it or adjusting properly, then you're kind of just on the back foot the whole game. And then if he gets 1 or 2 stops, then he could drag you out to deep water. His switch stick isn't bad either. It's not. I wouldn't say it's top tier, but it's enough to make you hesitate if you see a crosser. He could switch stick out there. So No, it was a good game, especially by both of them. It was a pleasure to watch. I thought Files was on his horse going into the postseason, and he was. It was it was just like a one possession game. It was really a push. So I was glad to see it. Congrats to Oregon on that one.
Yeah, it's a big time win. He definitely is coming to the league and been real solid, in my opinion. I didn't really get to see that game in particular, but um, I do appreciate, like Fryles mentioned before, that he is really making reads. He's not relying on, some of the things that get. I rarely see him run a ton of things that are some of those like plays where it's like a, s- uh, pretty much like a coin flip is going to get you 4 or 5 yards or not. You know what I mean? Type plays. Um, so shout out to him for that, and also being able to play under center. Like I haven't figured out and probably never will how to play under center. Um, but it definitely can be a headache. So shout out to him for that, man. I think the next game was, who did Notre Dame play in the quarterfinal? Was it Texas? It was Texas. It was
Yeah.
Texas.
Texas.
What y'all think of that game? I mean,
Um,
I
Texas
personally.
got some bad breaks.
Oh, okay.
Texas got some bad breaks. Notre Dame was able to capitalize. There's been some discourse the
Mm-hmm.
last couple of days about people complaining that Notre Dame has been on a bit of a soapbox saying that he gets some dubs and start winning, and all of a sudden nobody's taking accountability for their losses. Everybody's blaming the game, and it sounds like he just wants people to be like, "Hey, you also made mistakes. It's not just EA." And I get that. I get that because a lot of times when dudes lose to me or something, I can't believe I lost to somebody with that record. It's like, it's two sides of that coin. Did I get a break or two? Absolutely. But like you said, and I'm a big believer, you usually don't lose or win a game off of one play. So,
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I think he definitely
uh,
has a point with that sometimes. No, not sometimes. He has a point with that period. I just feel like sometimes, I feel like most people in here have something to say. It's not like there's very few people. Terrell, actually, I didn't mention you when we were talking about this. You're also another person who, and for actually both of y'all, usually do a pretty good job of whether you say something out of the chat or something like that. But in terms of like in the Discord, immediately during or after the game, neither one of y'all actually usually say too much. When you lose, even you might feel how you feel, but I don't think most people, 80%, 85%, uh, they're saying their 2 cents one way or another. Like, oh, that plays crazy, da 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 da. Now, whether they get into full crash out tab mode, it might be a little bit might be different, but um, so I just feel like
Yeah.
yeah.
you know,
I think specific plays, like we're all gonna have complaints. We're playing a simulation video football game. It's gonna be some wild stuff happens, but you have 4 quarters to make a play. You got so many things you can control in the game. So harping on, oh well, nah, EA was against me. Some games it feels like that. I hear it. Some games it's like, man, no matter what I do, they're getting all the breaks. Every 50-50 goes his way. But when it's every game, you're coming out of the game like, oh, EA got me again. Come on, dog. Like every game, every season is EA. And Mace is it's my dog. It's my dog in real life. But he complains about every single game. If you watch his game threads, if he loses, he's gonna have something extensive to say about, oh, well, this play should have went like this. There's no perfect like outcome in the game. Like sometimes some bad things are gonna happen. It's gonna happen like you might not have thought in your head, but like that's not an excuse for you to be like, oh no, the game the game got me again. That's people's favorite thing. Kind of ties into you talking about like next game. People are like, oh, well, 27 will be different, but at the end of the day, it's a football
Same
video
thing.
game. Like it's not gonna change that much, bro. Like it's got to be something you change or differences that you can kind of find an edge in. So hopefully for next year, people are like, Hey, sometimes you lose, man. Sometimes you get got. Is what it is. Everyone in the league is comp too. I think sometimes, like Terrell was saying with the record, like his record might not be good, but we all know Terrell knows what's going on. Like it's not a bad loss to lose to Terrell. People are like, oh, but he's 3-7, so no way he should beat me. You gotta come earn that every game. I think that's the beauty of the league. You can play anybody, and just about anybody can get you if you're not on your game. So that's what's up.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for this kickoff, and we have a really good group to start off this year coming up. Hopefully, a lot of those guys who didn't get top picks and they're towards the bottom, still stick around and try to compete because if they do, man, like tier three is a beast, and only two people are going to make it out of there every year. So tier three is going to be a beast for several seasons. Especially if guys can stick around. So, let alone obviously tier one and tier two, but should be a lot of comp, man, and you should never can't take anyone lightly. Um, Regardless of their record and their team, there's nobody really in the league who, to put it in Frows's terms, doesn't know what's going on. So um, definitely be ready.
What you think about this? Is we can talk about off pod, maybe some more too. But if the grind, obviously, yeah, there's a core group of, I think you got like 19 or whatever you got to compete. But as the league keeps growing and comp keeps growing, the grind almost is like you probably already do that already too to some degree, but like a dev league. So like to make it to the league, like go earn in the grind, like get some dubs in the grind, show us you can hoop a little bit. And when the league spot opens up, get you in there, kind of vibe.
I mean, I pretty much already do that. Like if the league happens to be full. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, my goal this year with the grind, I want the grind. I mean, I'm not gonna force it to be this way. Like I'm not gonna tell someone they can't play in it. But a lot of people kind of opted out of it, and I'm kind of excited. I mean, it's 19 right now, but it'll be 32 by the time the season starts. When the game drops, I mean, it's super easy to recruit when the game's actually out. So it'll be full, but I'm kind of excited to hopefully be able to get that league to have a completely different, just general group of people. I mean, I know there's some carryover already still, like probably 10 or so guys from the league are in the grind, maybe, but I'm pretty excited about having just a totally different group and kind of trying to build it up separately. Um, Hopefully with good users. So um, I'm looking forward to the grind a lot. The grind, I mean, the league is great, and obviously, we all put a ton of time into the league, and it's priority. But even last year, before it was ruined by cheaters, or a cheater, um, the grind was so much. I mean, I honestly like my San Jose State team just as much, if not more, than my LSU team. The jerseys are tight. You don't have, the players who you do get who are really good make such a big difference. So hopefully this year we can get it right, man. I mean, we're limiting the transfers. That was an issue last year. So guys should be able to retain their teams a little bit. We'll give you a little bit of grace there. Um, and, you know, teams won't get that good. And there's going to be coach movement this year to some level. We're definitely not giving anybody. You're never going to have Georgia in that league, but after 3 years, you might be able to take a Cincinnati job or something like that. You know what I mean? Cal, one of those schools where you can really end up building them up into being a top tier 5-star school. But yeah, I'm excited for that league, honestly. So, but yeah, definitely got a couple open spots. Don't need just anybody. If you know somebody who's real solid and wants to do a rebuild, we got a home for them. But we don't need anybody who's just mid or not that active. So what was the next game? Next game, I think after Notre Dame, Texas, because I think that ended up being a blowout. I'm pretty sure. Um, was Tennessee LSU. Um, and I can say from that game, man, early, Tennessee was making some pretty good plays. He had like kind of like a game shifting interception where I was driving down the field. I don't remember what the score was exactly at the time, but I was driving down the field and had a route that I felt like was open in the end zone, and his defensive player made a pretty crazy play and like he like got beat on the break on like a deep out route, but was able to come back in front of the route and pick it off in the end zone, which is a pretty big play. I mean, I think he was up in the first half. I'm not mistaken, or if y'all were watching, I'm pretty sure he was up like 17, maybe zero. Like I feel like he was up 17
Mhm.
points in the first half. Um, but then we were able to get a couple interceptions. I think we had like back to back lurks, like score, lurk, score again. And so pretty quickly we were able to take a lead and then kind of maintain it as we finished the game. I mean, it ended up being a one score game, but um, I think once I got the lead back in the second half, um, we kind of had control of the game and had all the momentum and were able to close that one out. Um,
That was the one for you, I think. I think for sure because Heavy was playing good ball. You were down early, and I was like, is he going to just fold? But you turned that around. I think I was on Xbox with you while you were playing, maybe. So yeah, that was a great turnaround for sure. I think that was your most impressive, maybe part of the playoffs. You could almost argue that was big. It was big.
yeah, it was definitely a good win. We haven't had great luck in the playoffs, so it was good for our morale to get that one done. Um, and then I think the last game down there was Oklahoma Baylor. Did y'all see that game? I didn't catch it. I saw the final score was a wide
I did
margin.
not have a chance to catch that one.
Yeah, I saw a little bit. Baylor kept it close early, and then Zevi just kind of eventually pulled some Zevi stuff where it's just making the right play, executing overtime. I think he ended up winning by a couple scores. I want to say, but he handled business. Second half, especially, handled business.
Yeah, it'll be interesting seeing uh, finesse when he'll have like the best, one of the best teams in the game just to kick off next year with Ohio State. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to have big goals. He's going to have to win games. But we saw he had Louisville, who was another just extremely OP team. But he did pretty well with that Louisville squad in general in the grind. Um,
Hmm.
so excited to see what he ends up doing with Ohio State. It'll definitely be a big time test. I feel like he has the potential to be a major factor in the league this year in 27. But he was in tier one all the time in 26, and I think he went down to tier two one time. He was just like towards the bottom of tier one, but he went down to tier two one time, and then came right back up and finished the job with the conference championship, and then remained solid. He made the playoffs plenty of times. I'm not sure exactly what his playoff record is, but he definitely was doing his thing. Um, and then then it was the semifinal was Oregon Notre Dame, which we'll get to here in a second, which is a really good game, and another LSU Oklahoma matchup. Anybody was in the league, been paying attention for a long time. We were in the same conference from the beginning, and the first 5 seasons I think of the league there was no tiers, and me and Oklahoma played in the conference championship every year, and Oklahoma won it every year. And there was a national championship game in there that I blew, in my opinion, against him as well. So he had definitely had our number, but this semifinal matchup, uh, all things kind of went to LSU. It was, I think it. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it was like probably got to like 21-0 or 21-7. Kind of was just getting a lot of breaks. It had a pretty crazy touchdown catch that Justin Jefferson made to start the game, and yeah, I mean it kind of was just everything went our way, and then we came out of the second half. I think it was like 28-7 at this point already, maybe or 31-7, and got a strip sack on his quarterback, like first drive out of the half, and that was it. Folded it up, so we were able to advance. I don't know if any of y'all were watching that game. We played kind of randomly off at late at night.
No.
Didn't have a chance to catch that one.
Yeah, because we weren't even really planning to play, but we ended up just loading up at like midnight or something, and that's kind of how it went. But on the other side of the bracket, that Notre Dame Oregon game was interesting. What y'all think about that one?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a great game, and the chat blew up after they're back and forth. Oregon definitely had a good chance to win it, but I expect that to be a good game. Oregon plays good ball. Notre Dame is very solid at this point. He rarely gives you just a dud game. He's going to come out and compete. So I think he made the plays when it happened. Oregon was talking about something like the fumbles didn't go his way, which, yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. Some of the bounces sometimes just don't. But he also had plenty of ops, I think, to win. He'll probably say himself, and he just didn't quite do that. Hell of a game though. That was a great game to watch.
Yeah, it was. Those fumbles were, I mean, not that I think he should have necessarily got the fumble on the quarterback, but that fumble on his running back is major. I mean, changed the game. I think it was in the fourth quarter. I think he was like down by 3. That's pretty tough. But that's how the game is. I mean, they're coded in there, man. I mean, this happened to all of us for sure. Troy, you get to catch that one?
I did. It was a good game. Same thing, but you're right. Like in the third, beginning of the fourth, that fumble happened on the running back in the crowd, and it was on the ground for a second too. So
Yeah.
normally it's just like, oh, they're gonna the offense normally just picks it up because the defense will have three dudes just run past the ball, oblivious. But they actually got a chance to get on the ball and change the tide of the game. So again, breaks both ways. And then kind of the same conversation again. Notre Dame was like, I just want dudes to take responsibility that it's not always the game. Sometimes they just could have made more plays, but it is what it is. I enjoyed watching it. Always a good game. So I'm looking forward to next year, especially with who is it? He'll have Penn State. Oregon will have Penn State next year.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be a good
And
roster, by the way. People are asleep on that team. That team will be pretty solid. They got all of Iowa State's offense over there, which was very good last year. So
it will,
you know who else is going to be good? Just while we're there for a second, is Indiana falling to Worm is definitely crazy because I mean that team is going to be so good in the game. I mean, I get why people kind of slept on them because I guess maybe they're worried about their pipelines and all this and that, but I think they're going to get a major boost in that department. They should have a good NIL because that's the reality of why they're good in real life. I mean, they have their NIL should be very solid, but I mean their team's gonna be stacked, bro. Like Hoover's gonna be a 90 for sure. Um, Pocket passer, of course. They're gonna have those 2 receivers on the edge. They got that running back transfer. I mean, and obviously they won that championship. So I mean, they're gonna be one of the best teams in the game at drop for sure. Like a top 5 team for sure. Uh,
yeah.
and they fell to like 10 or 11. Like for example, like I mean, I guess Ole Miss will be cool because they'll have Lacey and Trinidad Chambliss, so they will be high powered in that regard. But I think Indiana as a team is going to certainly be better than Ole Miss. I mean, I think the only teams that would probably be better than Indiana as a full like roster is going to be Oregon and Miami are probably Oregon, Miami, Ohio State are gonna be like the 3 like best teams in the game on day one for sure. Then you got to start talking about Indiana. It's got to be like Indiana is gonna be right there with Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame. I would say that's probably like the next group of 4, and then you kind of get to like the LSU should have a good team. Ole Miss will have a good team. Texas A&M will have a good team. Um, that's probably like the top 10 for me right there. But you know, yeah, the Indiana team slipping like that is crazy. It was crazy to me when it was happening. Like, dang, dudes are really letting the team that just went undefeated, won the championship, slide. Like, they're going to be. I mean, how crazy was Ohio State last year? I mean, a lot of those players on Ohio State's team that were ranked so high weren't even due to like necessarily played that much the year before. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, Tavian St. Clair is one of the best players in dynasty mode, and he's just a true freshman quarterback at Ohio State. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever.
So how high do you think they should have gone? Because
Indiana,
I'm looking at the list, yeah, now, and it's just like
where'd they go?
15.
They went 15. Yeah, I mean, they should have easily been top 10 to me. I mean, maybe the bottom of 10, but they should have won the top 10 for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get why you take like some of the big powerhouses. I can understand why you take. Texas is going to have Arch and and Coleman, and they're going to be crazy. So okay, I can give you like teams like that, Texas, Georgia. I would have taken Indiana probably. I mean, LSU, I've kind of liked the pick more. The more and more I look into their roster because they did have a big portal, but I probably would have taken Indiana over LSU. Um, I probably would have taken Indiana over Ole Miss. I don't know who else would win the 15, but I mean, you know, um, I know USC went before him. USC, he probably took that because, he just wanted that school. But of course,
Mhm.
Indiana's better than them. Let me see if I can scroll up and find this real quick. Who else in the top 15? Um, you know, Definitely over Texas Tech. You know, Texas. All right, now I see it. Texas Tech, Clemson, Penn State, USC, Ole Miss. I pretty much would have taken them over all of them. I ended up trading for Texas A&M mostly just because of who's in the area, and I have history of Texas A&M. So like just like kind of the USC pick, it was kind of more of like we like them type thing. I would take them over. Probably would take them over Alabama too because Alabama's not gonna be that good next year.
Oh, well,
But
okay.
but but
I got
again,
it.
it's like similar. I took Texas A&M. Chuck, that's his favorite team. So like I get it. You know what I mean? But a lot of these picks, especially, you know, I'll throw LSU in there at 6 as well, but definitely 10 to 14 for sure. Indiana should have taken over like all of them. And honestly, I think if Worm didn't take Indiana, I bet you Indiana slid even further. I bet you Indiana would have slid to like, I don't know, like who would have taken them?
In my head, they probably could have slipped all the way to Zev.
Like it's insane. They're gonna be a top 5 team in the game. So I'm excited to see just so dudes can be mad when they look at when they. I don't know why they haven't put out the team builder rosters yet, but um, as soon as that drops, I'm gonna be pointing right to it. Like y'all dudes really didn't take these guys because they're about to have a 90 overall quarterback, probably two 90 overall like 6'5" receivers. They're gonna have one of the best linemen in the game and just a good line in general. Past that, D line's gonna be crazy. I mean, that was that was a steal right there. But so anyways, on to the Natty. What y'all think about it? I played in it, but how did y'all see it?
I'm sick. I missed it. I was doing something. I think I was either working or whatever it was. I didn't get to watch. I saw the score. I was surprised it was so low scoring. So I'm excited to hear how you think it went or how y'all think it went.
Um, ugly game, ugly game. But it was some real calculated decisions made for Bag to confidently just take field goals after getting to the red zone. Because I don't think I think there might have been one time he didn't get to the red zone. But outside of that, to just get to the red zone and kind of stall out and then rely on the defense is next level. So I don't know if he was feeling like I'm getting stops consistently to just be able to rely on that. And then late in the game, I hope it's changed. I think I might have seen something where it has where they were the injury timeouts late in the fourth quarter. I think they said those aren't going to stop the clock as frequently
Oh,
as
they
I know a
said that in
lot
the
of
dev
times.
notes.
I think there was a dev on somebody's YouTube channel that was answering questions, and I think somebody brought it up about the injury timeouts in the fourth quarter.
Mm.
Just because it happens, especially when we were playing the computer earlier in the season, it happened to me 2 or 3 times where I'm up and we're under 2 minutes and the computer is burning my timeouts because all my dudes are all of a sudden getting injured. And
Yeah.
instead of the game running out the clock, all of a sudden there's a minute left and they still got time to respond. So yeah, glad to see that. The game was a ball to watch though. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it
Yeah.
was definitely a barn burner, man. Definitely a barn burner.
Yeah, I will say, it definitely had me sweating there, man. Even that field goal at the end, was right there from like 65 plus. Um, yeah, I mean, I wish I could take credit for like taking these field goals. Like I was just some type of like I just had a whole game plan. I mean, honestly, I ended up, I remember there was one time I was down at like the 8 yard line or so with like a 3rd and 2, and I took forever to call my play, and I ended up coming out with like 6 seconds on the clock, and I was looking for PA boot to try to essentially run it in with my quarterback, most likely. Um, and I don't know if he guessed pass somehow in that 5 seconds or what happened, but his DN just came screaming out there, sacked my quarterback in the backfield. So I mean, so it turned into like from like a 3rd and 4 to a like 4th and 12. Um, so I didn't go for that. I had a lot of situations basically where I would end up in that position where I just didn't really feel like it was worth not getting any points to go for it on like a 4th and 6 plus. Um, Especially against him because he's solid. I didn't know if I was gonna get stopped, so in my head I'm thinking like if I don't get the stop, at least it's only a 4 point difference instead of it being a 7 point difference. So like if I can get a touchdown the next drive, then I'll be back up. That play that game of just scoring points, but it worked out to where I only had 4 field goals. And I was able to get a couple stops, which was big time. I threw a pick, I think, in the first half, in the end zone, and I had 2 of my reads open, and I just looked back thinking that this one was going to be open too because it was going to be a guaranteed touchdown, and he was there with his 6'4" safety who made a big time play. But then I was able to get a stop, so that basically didn't end up hurting us. Um, and then of course I had a big stop in like the beginning of the fourth quarter. He tried to run QB blast on like a. It was actually 3rd and inches. He ran an inside zone. We blew that up. Then 4th and 1, we blew up the QB blast too. And so that was a big time play. And then was able to kind of milk the clock the rest of the quarter and get into field goal position. We talked about the injury timeouts. Kind of gave him a little bit of a break there. Got him the ball back because I kind of had got to the position where he wasn't going to get the ball back. I was just going to kick it, and he was going to have to block the kick to stop me from winning the game. Um, but he ended up getting it back with maybe 30 seconds uh, due to the injury timeouts, and got himself into a pretty good position, man. Like I think he was kicking it from a little bit beyond midfield where his kicker was actually set up. And man, that kick looked good off his foot, honestly. So he missed that. He probably was like a yard short and a yard outside the goalpost. And we survived. So got to take it, man. Take anyone you can get in the playoffs, as y'all know. So
You feel a weight lifted off your shoulders?
um, not necessarily that as much as I just I just people can't really say a lot of things they was trying to say. I can just give them the bird now. So Um, it definitely is a good feeling to kind of check that box because you sitting there talking about the game with somebody who's got like a sub 500 record in the league and never even made the playoffs, and they go, but we got the same amount of championships. It's like, all right. So that's not the case anymore. So
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, bro, for sure.
I bet you do.
Exactly.
I bet you do. Um, let's see what else we got on the agenda here today. That's the end of all the real seasons this year, by the way, fellas. Next year we won't even finish the season. We'll be kind of just skimming through. If dudes want to play their games, they can. If not, I'm mostly testing out the bot, making sure that's going to be where it needs to be when 27 does come out. So hopefully we can get off on a good foot there. Um, so let me go ahead and get over here to the coach stats so y'all can see. Um, I want to know now that that is the 10th season and the final season, what we're gonna do our final rankings of the year. How do y'all want to do these rankings? I was thinking we can just go top 8, but I mean we can go deeper if you want. It's up to y'all.
I mean, I don't care. Either way's good with me.
And if you wanted to do top 32, I'd do top 32. I'm here for all of it.
I mean, I said we can just do top 8 or top 10. 32 is tough because some dudes have already left, and
Yeah, this 10 is good.
I don't know why it's not letting me leave this Super Sim game right now. It's being annoying, but hopefully I can get this figured out here in a second. Fumble. That's like the third fumble of the CPU game.
While we're here, before we get into it, I wanted to shout out Bag with the new stuff for the bot. I know there's a lot of different things in the league. Game of the week, grudge. Um, there's also the casino portion. But how do you? Or sorry, Bag. How do you feel about the new additions? And where do you think it's going from there?
Um, I mean, I definitely like it. We've talked about a little bit, but trying to move into doing more content. So trying to kind of take as much of the like Discord management side of things, get that kind of automated was my main goal. Um, and I think the bot will be able to do that. I mean, I still have to make channels manually, but besides that, I mean, a lot of stuff, handling tickets, making some of the games. It's still some work, but it's still, I shout out to you guys for like doing the game of the week and the grudge because they still require some inputs with the bot. Like for example, with the grudge, I don't think it's necessarily easier with the grudge actually, but it is going to like give us a new element to the grudge with the spreads and being able to bet coins on the games, which will be cool for guys to make coins and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily know if it actually saved us a ton of time per se. It will count up who won and who lost, which is part of it. But yeah, it is helping out with Survivor a lot. Survivor is going to be a lot easier with the bot. But yeah, I like it. The casino I think is cool, and going to a coin based model now to where we're basically only going to be giving out 80 overall legends at certain times. Instead of having all these like plus ones and plus 3 physical and plus 10 da 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 and not even gonna start off the year doing Hall of Fame. Maybe we'll revisit that. So essentially, there'll be a lot less upgrades. So teams maybe won't get as quite as juiced as they did, and maybe if we got to bring back some attribute boosts like late in the game, like in January or whatever. If teams are just how it gets at that point, some people leave, teams are super trash, and so maybe we'll do some things then. But for now, try not to have people be so boosted. is the main goal because an ultimate team. I mean, in dynasty teams can turn into basically ultimate teams pretty quick. Um, so yeah, I'm excited. Definitely some more stuff to do there. Got to finish testing. Um, got to get the raffle situation uh, ironed out, and kind of keep growing. I mean, the best part about having your own bot is you can add and subtract things whenever you feel like it. So it's going good. I think a lot of guys are learning to get some discipline in that casino. Well, maybe they're not. Maybe learning is not the right word, but seeing that maybe some discipline might be a good addition to their strategy. Uh, but yeah, how do y'all feel about it? I know I'm probably biased because I'm the one who made it. So
I'll let
I think it's fire.
what Falco.
Nah, I was gonna say it. And I think it's fire. I think, especially anything new though, there's always gonna be things that you can tweak. Like some people are acting like it's a finished product when it's clearly, still working on some things, seeing how it goes. Myself included, to some parts, but I just think more. I'm just trying to keep testing it while we can before the next game gets rolling. So the concept is great though. I think we need to figure out what Shoemace is doing in the poker world, because he's really not like that. Despite what he tries to say, he's not like that. So figure that out. Other than that though, man, great idea. I love gambling on real games, so I'm definitely gonna gamble on fake ones too. I mean, with free money. So appreciate that. Just helping out with that activity, and it's gonna be great, man. When it's fully everything, people know how things work, and people know where things are. It's gonna be really really good. I think it'll end up front. I'm sure like a ton of work, but it'll pay dividends down the road.
Yeah, I think it's great. Just got a little disclaimer. Uh, Gambling is for entertainment purposes only. If you choose to gamble, please do so responsibly. Always wager within your means. There are no guaranteed wins. If you or someone you may know have a gambling problem, help is available in the U.S. Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. In Canada, contact your provincial responsible for gambling program or local helpline. Know your limits and play responsibly.
man, that's big time right there. Shout out to you for always looking out for the people. That's mostly when I say the people, I mean me. That was much needed. That disclaimer right there is big time.
Yeah, don't let it turn into something real. Don't let it turn into something a slippery slope. Especially with the Brendan Sorsby thing that's just happening. It's real, just like alcoholism and addiction to drugs. Gambling is real because you're always trying to chase that high, trying to chase that. Ooh, I just need that parlay to hit one time. So just be careful. It's real. I know it's all fun and games, but don't let it turn into something it's not.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and actually, the Grudge will be doing so. I don't think I'm gonna actually have the do because I think it's gonna be more work in terms of the correct score and picking the score thing. I think I'm just gonna leave it at we'll have the coins being bet on it, and it already counts how many you've gotten correct out of how many. So we'll just go, whoever picks the most correct, and then the tiebreaker can be, who's made the most coins on those picks, and then that'll be the tiebreaker, basically. So we won't have to do the whole, it won't be the exact same format as last year where it's like you pick the winner and the score, and we count like, all right, you get 2 points for the correct score and 1 point for this. It'll just be who made the most correct bets. You can only make one bet a game, who made the most correct bets, and then who made the most money as a tiebreaker. Uh, so all right, on to these rankings. Maybe we can just go. Yeah, let's leave it. How many users we got in here? One, two, three. Uh, let's just go top. Let's go top six. Who or no? Let's go top five. Let's keep it short. Who was the top five users this year? What are we doing? Let me know.
Um, do we have more than 5 championship winners?
I'm not sure. We probably had six because OG had 3 and Worm had 1. They're not listed here.
Mm-hmm.
The OG, Worm, Bag, Crowds, and Zevi,
Notre Dame.
Who won at Notre Dame?
and Notre Dame.
I mean, those 5 are clearly ahead. I'm not anywhere near that top 5. So if that's your 5, I support
Sure.
for sure.
Yes. I didn't name. I just named who won. That was it.
Oh, I think it's. I mean, it's probably the same answer, but maybe
Yeah,
not. Maybe
but
not for you.
sure. Then we'll put Fouls at 6.
All
I think
right.
it's a little high for me myself, but I'll take it.
Well, I guess if the top five is let's. I don't think we're gonna necessarily disagree on the top 5, and it's kind of easy to do that. So let's go with the next 5 then. So we're gonna take uh, Worm and OG, the Ohio State Nebraska users all season, Oklahoma, LSU, Notre Dame. All right, those are the 5. So who's the next 5? That's maybe that's a better question.
Clemson, gotta have Texas, gotta have Baylor, gotta have UNC. I think the only dude not in tier 1 that'll probably be in there is Oregon.
He was in tier 1 this year.
Right, but the other dudes would have like multiple seasons in tier 1.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know if I can. And he did make runs. So I can't. I'm not discounting the fact that he didn't make runs. It's just these other dudes have made similar or equivalent runs while still being in tier 1 schedule. You know.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. Frows. We got Oregon. We got Shoemaker at Texas. We got Baylor. Who else am I missing in tier 1?
You said UNC right there.
And UNC. So no, J Rock doesn't make the top 10.
Yeah. So was that in order for you, by the way?
No, that was
Okay.
the only one that would be in order is Frows at 6, and the other 4 can be shuffled accordingly.
Gotcha.
It's not, because I don't want to say they all won an equal amount, especially if we're specifically talking about the league. If we're not
Talking about the league only. League only for sure.
yeah. If we're just talking about the league, then yeah. Well, Frows has to be at 6 for me. Whatever you want to call it, Mickey Mouse or not. He got hardware, can't take it away from him. So that has to stand for something. Like
Nah, I
so
agree.
I got him at 6, and then yeah, the rest of the tier 1 users were in there for me. So but at this rate, shout out to Kamish, man. The cream rises to the cream of the crop. Top rises to the cream. The flip of corn, something like that. Yeah, having a little brain fart right now, but if we could just stop there for a second, as far as the tier system, like my goodness, we know you got relegation in like overseas soccer. I don't know how many of y'all are in tune with that, but essentially that's what happened, and it showed itself in flying colors throughout the season. So might have been by far, short of the podcast, might have been by far the best edition this year. So
Yeah, man, I think it definitely worked out. I think we started it in 25 kind of, and we definitely built on it this year. I think we kind of fleshed out the system, um, and kind of refined it a little bit. I think we're going to refine it again in 27 with the taking away the attribute boosts and replacing it with coins. Um, and yeah, man, we'll just keep growing. You know what I mean? You know, league's not stopping anytime soon, so we'll just keep getting better and better.
ooh, hot take coming in. Hot
Hmm.
take coming in.
What happened?
900,000 coins plus 2 physical.
Are you talking about things to like spend your coins on?
Yeah,
I think I will. I mean, at some point, add that. But in the beginning, I'm not trying to really have any additions because, especially physicals, because that's a game changer. Plus two physical, you can take a guy from no takeoff to silver takeoff, or anything in between
yeah.
there. So I mean,
I just want it to be like if you spend it on like because we got some people that are the heavy into the Texas Hold'em, but it's more of a if you get that, I want your coins to be depleted if you really want that.
yeah, and I mean, I still got to see like how high is the people's coin stacks gonna get, and like I'm putting in these caps on the raffles right now just because it's like the year hasn't even started yet. I already have 1 million maces over here going crazy as well. So I don't know how much money people are gonna end up with. Um, but there will be fines for missing games because we're trying to do the content, so that'll take some coins away from people, and also some people just aren't going to be interested in making coins, like they don't care, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make it to where like you have to be in the casino to be able to compete, basically,
Right.
so I got to kind of still feel out exactly how that system is gonna fully flesh out, but it's definitely not off the table. And honestly, realistically, I think that there definitely will be a deeper uh, thing than it is now for what to do with your coins. Because right now, essentially, all your coins are going to get you as an 80 overall legend. You can use coins to win the jackpot raffle as well, which we'll dive deep into when it's necessary. But that's pretty much the only reward out there right now is that, and the collectible cards is something I'm really excited about. Those will be really cool. Once we get a few seasons under our belt, being able to just a lot of these arguments or whatever, you can just be like, yo, just check my inventory. Like, what I'm saying? Like I done all this and that. We don't gotta go back and forth too much. Like, but yeah, I think that's a great idea, but maybe not just at the start right now.
Crowd, so you got for your 6 and 10.
I mean, probably the same group. I don't think it's really too many other arguments that could sneak in there. I mean, that group was most of the time tier one of those. I was probably the most inconsistent of them, really. But I got a championship, so depends how you weigh that. I think I'm in there somewhere. Texas consistent too. Never really. Yeah, I think he had one playoff run when he went pretty far. So got something. Oregon had a recent one when he had a pretty good run. Baylor, I don't know if Baylor ever made a good playoff run or Hoop. I think Hoop was Hoop's playoff record. Is he like first round a lot when he gets in, or does Hoop normally make the playoffs? I actually don't. I'm not really sure
He
on that.
doesn't
I'm not
usually
locked in.
make it because he's 3-3 in the playoffs. But he doesn't usually make it because he's not usually like near the top of tier one. But who's an
Mhm.
interesting case? I mean, his win percentage is sub 600. He is 26-43 versus top 25. Something to
Yeah,
be said though for never relegating. Um,
for sure.
so respect there. But
Hmm.
but um, he has a kind of interesting case. Like for example, Ole Miss played way less games, and I would never put him over UNC, but he has a higher win percentage in general.
Hmm.
Albeit though he's playing in tier whatever 3, a lot. So different set of guys he's got to play against. But yeah, I don't know if I would really stray too far from you guys' list either in terms of the next six. I definitely would say Clemson, Texas, Oregon, Baylor, got to be there. Last spot with Hoop. Um, there's not really anybody who I can really, you know, unless there's somebody who like maybe Cole Taylor I'll put up there. Um,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
um, I guess I might just to be different from y'all. Um, But Cole's got an interesting case too. Cole got relegated. He did come back up. He's had some really good seasons as of recent before he had to step away for a little bit. But um, that's probably who I would go with, especially because Cole always finds a way to beat me. So I'm gonna give him that nod there for that last spot, personally.
J.
Um,
Ross, if he ends up listening, I think if he didn't leave the league for some time, and about everything else that was going on, he probably has an argument to be in that mix. He competes, so
Definitely.
he'd probably be in like my 12-ish range. I would assume something like that.
I mean, yeah, I could probably put J Roth in there. Potentially, maybe over Baylor. I don't think he's in there over FSU personally, but maybe he gets in there. Um, but yeah, he's hanging around for sure. Um, well, now the next thing we have. Oh, actually, I'm gonna pull this up. Um, Troy, any chance you could at the same time pull up the or anybody pull up the like team list for who these people are gonna be next season?
Oh yeah, I've been switching back and forth looking at that.
All right. Well, so we got some protected rivalries locked in. I guess I'm gonna go through them all. So, how do you feel about the Ohio State and Michigan game next year? It's gonna be. I know that one's gonna be Fryles and Finesse. That'll be an interesting matchup. Finesse will have the superior team, especially early.
Uh, Home field advantage probably speak a little more into it next year than it has this year. I'm excited to see that rivalry kind of have more equal talent this year as far as where we kind of expect those users to be. So I'm excited for that one. Uh, I think this is the first year in any league I've been in over the last 2 years where Ohio State's been really good.
Really, a lot of leagues here in Ohio State's not good. That's a shame.
No,
That's a shame.
yeah. This is the first year like Ohio State really had like a run at the top. Um, so yeah, excited to see that, especially with Frows in Michigan. If Frows is on it early and dominates Michigan, as long as he can get some shifty in there, he's gonna have the dudes up front. That's one thing I know for sure that Michigan is gonna produce that O line and that D line, and just kind of got to fill out the rest. But he'll have the NIL to do it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean Bryce Young was gonna be a fun player to play with for sure. Um, that Ohio State team is gonna be crazy. So we'll see. Finesse said he's going to be on a mission to prove that he's him.
Because if not, then those dudes in the Discord are going to be like, "You got the most NIL, and look what you've done with it." So
Yeah. Um, actually, there's too many rivalry games in here to really go through all of them. Honestly, I mean, there's 32 teams, and each team has two, so kind of hectic. But I'll just say them out loud, just so we're here. Let me know if you want to stop on anything. We got Ohio State. His are Michigan and Penn State. And Penn State will be that Oregon user, so those would be some classics right there. Michigan, we already said, has got the Ohio State one, and they also got Indiana. So Michigan, you got no breaks on your protected rivalries. I'm not gonna lie.
No, sir. That's what we wanted, though. It's good.
Yeah, that Indiana one's gonna be interesting for sure. Um, Alabama, that's Chuck. He's got Auburn and Tennessee. I'm not sure who has those two teams. Um,
Buffalo Bills has Tennessee,
okay.
and Riz has Auburn.
Oh,
So
wow. Well,
I
that's
believe
that's
the Ole Miss user has Auburn, and current Auburn user has Tennessee next year. So
Oh yeah, and they get into plenty of beef in the Discord. Well, Chuck gets to beef with everybody, but they should be solid right there. Um, then we got Auburn. We already talked about Alabama, and he'll play Georgia too. Georgia's gonna be training with Dane. That'll be interesting to see if Dane can make that team any good. Um, he had a decent run in 25, so I'll be excited to see. Notre Dame with all the plugged in rivalries you got. That's Terrell, by the way, is Notre Dame. USC already on your schedule. That's
Looking forward
OG,
to it.
OG, the guy from the past couple years. He definitely faltered a little bit. I'd say second half of this game of 26 and definitely this past season. I mean, guys were he seemed a little disinterested. Because I haven't seen him. Actually, I have seen him lose that. He went to the playoffs one other time, but Oregon. I know he wanted to beat Oregon. Oregon caught him. Fryles got him. He got beat pretty bad. The worst I've probably beaten him with LSU. At LSU. So he had three big losses before he kind of just bowed out and gave a couple forced wins to Zev and Mace to ensure he doesn't make the playoffs. Um, so he'll be back with the vengeance with USC. He'll be building them up too. Notre Dame will have the better team day one for sure. But USC's always a fun team to build, and then Miami, you got Mace too, bringing back one of the unofficial official rivalries out there with Notre Dame, Miami. That'll be a good one too. Um, then USC we mentioned they'll play Notre Dame and UCLA. That's the current South Carolina user. He's going to be solid. UCLA has USC and BYU. Whoever picked BYU, that was a good pick by you. That's a good team to start out with
That
this
was
year.
Coco Melon. Surprise pick it.
Oh
He's
yeah,
22.
yeah. Coco Melon knows ball, man. They're gonna have a really good team this year from day one. It'll be
They are.
interesting to see what their NIL and if he can recruit with them and all that. But in terms of team day one, they're gonna be they're a real sleeper for sure. Um,
Yeah, I hope they change the NIL formula a little bit because there were some teams that shockingly didn't have as much NIL as you expected, and there were other teams that were kind of borderline up there with the top tiers. So
yeah,
hopefully they readjusted a little bit.
yeah, I agree. Definitely need to make some changes there based on the beta. Clemson, I forgot who took Clemson. Whoever did though, I felt like it was a reach. I think it was
Cole,
Cole. Cole took him.
Cole took Clemson.
Hmm And he's playing South Carolina. His rivalry games are South Carolina built in. I don't know who has that team. And Florida State, I think Hoop took them. That was another super reach in the draft. I don't know if he keeps them once they. I mean, at this point, I don't know if I would give them up. Um, because you will have Doak Campbell, which is just a major home field, especially if you're winning games. So that but they're gonna be probably they might be the worst team that was taken in the draft.
I can't agree saying a Florida team is the worst team, but I got you. I
I
can see where you're
mean,
coming from.
you think Florida State's better than UCLA?
I would say they're about equal.
Yeah, they're similar for sure.
They're about equal. They don't. As far as recruiting pipelines, UCLA got 5 in South Florida or Southern Cal, and then Florida State will have Central, and then North Florida, and I think they're Tier 4 in South Florida. So kind of pull it from the same resources, but and then they both have decent what's it called school history
Yeah,
with championships and Heisman winners. So I would say they're about equal. I wouldn't necessarily say UCLA is way far. No, I think UCLA will have the better team initially, but I would say Florida State has the potential to be right there.
yeah, especially if you're winning. Winning played a big part. South Carolina's got Clemson and Ole Miss. I wish I knew who that South Carolina user was going to be. Uh,
Sincere.
oh, he's been saying the 27 is going to be a new game for him for a while, so we'll definitely see how he acts. Uh, he's got J Roth, who will be talking. They're already poker buddies, so that'll be a fun one. Oklahoma's got Missouri, was a really good steal down there when someone finally took them, and Texas. Oklahoma State, Ill Will. It will be interesting to see Ill Will. He'll have that quarterback day
Ooh.
one, so he might win
I
some
feel,
games on
I
there.
feel bad for anybody sleeping on Oklahoma State when they see him pop up on the schedule.
I'm saying, I mean, he's like might be tier three is going to be brutal down there, but he might be my dark horse to win it. I mean, he's got a quarterback, so You
Yeah.
know,
Love some ill will, don't you? Golly.
I think it will can hoop. I
Listen,
mean,
I've seen it. I've seen it done. He was
Yeah.
doing it with
He's solid.
Iowa. So
He's solid, it's true. He be getting a lot of love, is all I'm saying, for tier 3 kind of dude. He be getting a lot of
who
love.
doesn't get love on the pod though? That's the
nah,
real
but
question.
it
A lot
will
of dudes don't get love.
like was winning it was in tier 1 and he won. He should have won tier 2. He lost tier 2 because of a sim. He like didn't play in the championship game off of a
And
sim.
then he was rocking in the grind, if I'm not mistaken. I think I lost to him in the conference championship in the grind one year. So
Yeah, he's usually doing his thing in Zev's league too. So I mean, it's not like
Wow, Ill Will fan club in here. That's what's up. Shout out Ill
just
Will, I guess.
it's fact.
I'm
It's just
saying.
fact. It's not like we've said anything that he
I'm just
didn't
playing,
do.
bro.
We're just letting you know what he did.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Listen, I wanted to smoke with Mumbo, and Bag said no. So
Crazy.
Yeah, no. We're getting this content out. You know what I'm saying? We need these matchups in particular.
you don't think LSU Notre Dame is good?
It just doesn't line up because LSU's got to play Ole Miss and Texas A&M. That's the real rivalries.
Those are going to be fired, though, by the way.
Are they?
Matchups. So,
Are
I
they?
think so.
LSU
I really
Texas
think so.
A&M?
Yeah, I think so. They play each other close, for real. I mean,
For sure.
there's one user's been way, way better, but I think it's a matchup game. It's a
Close, but
matchup
one
game.
user is just way better.
I don't know. I mean, sure. But matchup wise, I think LSU's going to steal a couple. I really do. It's hard to be somebody 10 times in a row if they're anything close to decent.
That's a fact. What else we doing? Texas, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M. Texas is gonna have to really make some noise there. I am blessing them putting them in tier 2 with that squad, but he's still gonna have to win games, or Texas will very quickly be shifting to a burgundy and to a burgundy school. It'll be right down in College Station. Will run Texas if he can't hold it down. A&M's playing Texas and LSU. Georgia's playing Auburn and Florida. I think Sue's got Florida this year. Miami's got Florida State and Notre Dame. Florida State, we already mentioned, got Miami, Clemson. Florida's got Georgia, Tennessee. LSU, we talked about. Ole Miss is playing LSU and South Carolina. We mentioned both of those. Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, Kentucky, Louisville. That'll be Zev playing Louisville. Louisville's a very good user. So that's a nice little rivalry. They'll have in-state right there, and then Mizzou I'm pretty sure is also a good user. I forgot who got him, but that team's gonna be good.
Hib,
Who?
HIB.
Oh, Hib got him. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's solid too. You know what I mean? So, and those are both tier 3 guys. So I mean, if they can beat Zev in tier 1, and they'll probably have just as good a team as Zev. They're gonna get an 80 overall legend just for winning tier 3 to tier 1, let alone the rivalry.
Man, imagine coming into a year with an 80 overall with Lamar Jackson. It's crazy for year 2.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. He's got. I almost guarantee he gets that. I mean, I don't. Well, I don't want to guarantee. Depending on how many tier 1s he plays, like he's got a shot. I don't want to say I'll guarantee it because tier 1 teams should win, but he can compete. And Penn State's got Ohio State and Washington. I don't know who the Washington user is going to be. But
it is Papa Burgundy.
Oh, well, he's solid. So that'll be interesting. Indiana's playing Michigan and Oregon. Oregon, Indiana, that'll be Notre Dame and Ohio State of this year. They don't necessarily vibe. So that'll be a great one to watch. Texas Tech, that's small, is playing Oklahoma State and SMU. West Virginia, that's definitely the worst pick of the thing. Oklahoma State and Louisville. Missouri, we talked about with Kentucky and Oklahoma. Those are both real rivalries, by the way, if you didn't know, because I didn't know. Oregon, Washington, and Indiana. Washington's got Oregon and Penn State. BYU, UCLA, and Houston. Oh, no, Houston's actually better than WVU for sure. And probably Florida State. Houston's got BYU and SMU.
Houston will probably start the game ranked next year, believe it or not.
Yeah, I think they will. That's what I'm saying. They're actually not.
Right now, so.
They're not the worst pick at the end of the day. Louisville, Kentucky, and West Virginia, and SMU, Houston, Texas Tech. Yeah, I just want to read them off just because. Do we have any like thing in the mailbag? Any questions anybody had? I don't think we really got any mail this week.
I don't think so.
So that might be it. We were supposed to do the hot seat, but our hot seat member is sleeping in. So
Probably eating chicken and waffles right now, knowing that dude.
in his dreams. So yeah, that's all we had. Unless y'all got something else y'all want to talk about.
Oh,
I just want to say thank you to everybody for locking in with us and kind of rolling with what we got going on, man. We got big things planned. Bag's putting a lot of work in. We're all going to be putting a lot of work in, but it's really to try to make the league stay great and even just keep improving, man. We got something good going. Hopefully we, got something rolling for years and years and years with a really good core group. So that's the plan. So
I got a question
definitely.
for bagging files. I know I sent y'all some images behind the scenes about hardware. If we send some out for the national championships, how do y'all feel about that for each season?
I think it's another great ad. I mean, I think it'll be dope. The things you sent were really cool, and just kind of add that extra element so dudes can have something to kind of commemorate their success. I think it's a great thing for the league.
agreed. We take it serious, so I think that's a great ad. Serious league.
I think it'd be funny somebody try to pull up an argument and then they just take a picture and send it. Be like, "Don't talk to me unless you got one of these."
Exactly.
I already know the plans. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that in my video, but I don't think it really landed like it was supposed to.
Well, I mean, yours is super tough. I mean, that's like that's a real gem right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Earn not given, huh?
I mean, to some degree, ain't like I was taking taking snaps, but we did what we had to do.
Hey man,
Sure.
everybody contributes. You know what I'm saying?
Team effort, yes sir.
That team wouldn't be rolling the same way if you wasn't doing what you had to do.
I appreciate you saying that for sure. I wanted to know, just to clarify though, Shoemaker's just a hater. He said he always has to say something like equipment staff or janitorial stuff, which is if it was, but it wasn't what I was doing. So
What were you doing? Just to so we.
the recruiting department. Got to work
Okay.
with the coaches. Mainly the coaches did the recruiting, but setting stuff up, helping with their travel and stuff, putting dudes on the actual board and stuff. It was a great time.
Dang, that's tight. Yeah, Mace gotta hate however he can.
He does.
Gotta get it off his chest. But yeah. Outside of that, last thing I'll leave y'all with is get ready for Darren Peterson to come to Washington and take things over.
Man,
The tides.
I don't know what happened.
The
I
tide's
don't know what
turning.
happened.
The
ESPN
tide's
all of a
turning.
sudden had him number one.
The
And
tide
I was
is
like,
turning,
wait,
baby.
what?
They're seeing the light. Honestly though, a lot of players from the beginning said that they should take him. Like John Wall from the gate said we should take him. Gilbert from the gate said we should take him. Um, so but it seems like I guess, and it's not like the NFL where everything's kind of locked up secret so much. I feel like in the NBA, the tea leaves kind of end up being what the deal is. It seems like that's what people are kind of pointing to a little bit more now.
Yeah, I think it's beneficial to get more capital for Anthony Davis.
Wait, what?
Trade him away, you mean? If they trade him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
timeline wise, I think it makes a lot of sense. We're not about to win in the next 2 years, so.
Yeah.
So I'm not. And then they said, Trey Young opted out of his player.
He's supposed to though. I mean, he's gonna
Yeah,
come
it's just
back.
procedural for the most part. So
Yeah.
they'll resign
Right,
him
but
to
is
a
that
little deal.
he restricted or
Nah.
I don't know if he's restricted.
or is that
I think he's unrestricted,
just a free agent?
but he did that.
So
Go ahead, Ross.
he had to do that so he could sign an extension based on his contract. So he had to opt out so that he can sign something this offseason, most likely with the Wizards. They're saying like 90%. So it's not like a
Okay,
3-year
so he's
deal
still
with the
staying
Wizards.
put.
He's supposed to. I mean, obviously it could change,
Okay.
but I think that's the plan.
Yeah. As far as AD, I wouldn't be mad about them trading AD. It's just about what are we going to get for him because he is super valuable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
He
cool.
is,
I'm
but
cool
the
with
They
keeping
problem
get
is
a
him,
he's
late
but
not
lotto for him. You
available.
think is that too rich?
I feel like that's not
Probably.
enough. One pick.
Nah, I mean in a package, but like would like the Thunder, and not that they need him, but if some team is picking like 10 to 14, would they
Let me see who's
with their pick,
what the
and
draft
then
order
also
is.
maybe like some other stuff?
I would do it. I would do it for multiple first round picks.
Yeah,
Do you
and then
think he's
target.
worth multiple first round picks?
Oh, definitely, no doubt. I
I,
I think
that's tough. I mean,
I think
yes,
that
it
injury
should be.
history is scaring
Yeah,
everybody.
exactly. It's the injuries. It's the
yeah, but
injuries.
you're not trading any players for him. If you're just getting picks and like sending us like bad contracts and getting picks, he's definitely worth two first round picks. I mean, Mikael
Yeah,
Bridges,
Yeah, I
so
think
Mikael
for
so.
Bridges
It'd
was
be like
traded.
this
Mikael
this
Bridges
year's
was.
pick, and then like a 28 pick or something like that.
I wasn't talking about this
yeah,
year.
and
I was talking
help
about maybe
clean up your
like
salary.
a first round pick this year, and another first round pick in a year or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah,
I think it
about
has
But
to be
28.
2 years. Yeah,
I
so it'd have to
mean,
be this year if they traded, and then it'd have to be 28
if
first round.
if Mikael Bridges is worth five first round picks, then and Paul George also was traded for a lot of picks. I mean,
It's just the age injuries though. With those, like those two were still pretty, like in their
Yeah,
prime. You would
yeah,
say.
like PG had a catastrophic. Anthony Davis has just been injury riddled. So I get what you're saying. Talent wise, when he's on the floor, for sure commands that kind of haul. But if I know he's out there, I'm gonna go. You want this much for somebody I might get 50 games out of?
I mean, if you're a contender and you have the picks, I feel like I think he's worth like three, not in the same year, but probably like a package of like at least three first round picks, uh, for you to have a chance to just win now. I don't know if he's a good fit for like let's say the Warriors or whatever, but like, you know, if he's on the Warriors, I'm giving up what like a 15 to 20 pick this year, and then the next year, let's say you're winning, like you expect it to be like a 20s and later pick. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but I don't think any
Yeah,
like
Warriors to do that.
I don't think
Gotta
any
grab
team
Braun.
I don't think any team is gonna trade like a top like five or eight pick for him. You know what I mean? It would have to be a special situation where like a top team has that type of pick. Like a bad
I don't think
team.
they would get like bad teams not giving you unprotected for him, like unprotected top five. It's not happening.
Yeah.
How would you? I like that idea. How would y'all feel about that Warriors pick? Warriors send y'all an unprotected. Warriors get AD. How would y'all feel about that Warriors and then a possible Braun merger?
I mean, I don't know. Wait, you're talking about Braun?
So for the Warriors,
I
so
don't know.
Wizards
I don't know
get off
what.
AD's contract.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what picks the Warriors have, but like theoretically, I would trade AD for probably even more than three picks. Maybe it would be like four picks in their situation because they're probably going to win. So I mean, you're getting like a borderline second round pick, like a late first round pick is what you can project it as. Like you get a true like borderline lottery pick this year, and then three like back into the first round picks the next 3 years. I probably would do that.
So they pick 11 this year, and then they'll be picking obviously much later if they were to get
AD.
AD and whatever else they get. Yeah.
I would do that for the 11 this year and like three more picks. I don't know if I would do it for anything less than
So
that though.
they went with your man's Peterson, and then they could double down with. I mean, I know you like Nate Mint, but someone like that.
I don't think we
Did you
need
get both of
Nate.
those two?
I don't think we need Nate for the Wiz, but we could definitely get. What I would try to get is someone like Jaden Quaintance, like a real paint bully, big.
What do you think about that dude Mara? You think he's about to go pretty high,
Yeah, he'll probably go
like
around
top
that
10?
like 11. Yeah, back of top
Mm,
10 maybe, back of top 10 to like late lottery. Like
sure.
too tall, too skilled. I mean, you got to take him, right? I mean,
Yeah. They need that though. Paint presence for sure is needed.
Quaintance is interesting. I mean, he's had some interest. He's been injured, didn't play last year at Kentucky, but he would be a good fit. I mean, you have Saw Roman, and then you can bring that guy. Be our new Gafford.
It's a good comp actually. Really, really good comp. I can say that.
Yeah, so I would definitely do it for 11 for sure.
I think he'll move though. I think it just makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it'll be a draft night thing is the only thing, just because draft is on Tuesday, so they have to make a move like either on draft day or pretty much now one of these next 2 days. So we'll see. It might be more of a also can they rehab his value? Like if AD were to play this year and it's like AD is healthy at the deadline, you could probably get at least that three. If he's AD hooping like AD,
Yeah,
probably get at least what you'll get now, probably way more if he's looking good. The team's like, man, we get AD, that's a ring.
for sure.
So that might be a better move. Test the market and see, but yeah, if he can rehab that value a little bit, good scoop.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I guess that's it for today. Good pod, fellas.
So,
Yes, sir. Excited for 27. Excited
we're
for
almost there,
27.
man. We're almost there. Less than 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, almost there.
2 weeks and then probably a week out before we start the draft for the grind.
Yeah, we probably start. I mean, draft for the ground will probably be like on the second or start then because I assume once the game's out, team builders or team crafters will have all the rosters on there. So kind of start slow draft. I'll probably do the same thing where I'm not too pressed about who's about the speed of the picks.
Miles, you interested in trying to build something in the grind, or J-Rob said he'll do it if you do it.
Not right now, but we'll see. Ask me again in like a week, maybe. But
I'll ask you again in a week, and I'll probably ask you again in draft night. But it's okay.
yeah, I mean, if y'all, I'm sure you'll be able to fill the league. But if you ever like needed one, of course I'll join. I mean, if you ever really needed one, I'd be in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think once the game drops, it'll be not even I think. I mean, I just know how it
Mm-hmm.
goes. I mean, once the game is out and everyone's trying to join leagues, because I mean, the Reddit communities and all these other places where you can post leagues are all kind of dead right now. Some people are trying to post for 27, and some people who are really into the game are definitely looking into that. Like me, like I've joined a few leagues. I'm also joined a couple of new leagues where I'll probably get some guys from there once they kick off. I want to see who's actually not playing like a goofball um, before I do that. But yeah, it'll fill up for sure, like no question. But I gotta step away real quick. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
All right.
If y'all
I
don't, if y'all
know.
don't wrap, I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Good pod, I guess. You closed the pod, I'm assuming, right? I figured did he turn the pod off?
That's a great question.
Mike's still hot.
Mike is still hot.
No, I'm back. But yeah, let's wrap it up. I'm gonna close it right now.
All right, bet. Yeah, great pod. Great
Yeah, good
pod.
work.